What's up, fishing world? You guys follow me. You guys know how much of a St. Croix enthusiast that I am. And I want to share, if you guys follow me, you saw this past week, I was in Park Falls, Wisconsin, up north, visiting my family there at the St. Croix factory and home office. And I thought I would kind of share that experience with you because it's something that you guys need to hear. And if you're ever in the Park Falls, Wisconsin area, you're looking to make an impromptu vacation trip, gosh, that's a place you gotta go. And you guys know the last couple of years, I've been such a fan of St. Croix, and was even before I was partnered with them. But this is the second year in a row. I went up there and I spent 3 or 4 days with the guys there at St. Croix, just because, man, of what they do. It's the feeling that you get the first time you walk in the door. And it's hard for me to explain, but I'm gonna try to do the best job that I can explaining to you what that feeling is to be a part of something that's more than just a company that makes rods. It's more of the culture, the feel that you get from everybody that's responsible for the products that they make. St. Croix is the largest rod manufacturer in North America. And it's not just because they have the biggest factories and all. It has nothing to do with that. It's the time and dedication that goes into these rods, every single one of them, that's just so infectious. If you ever get a chance, they do factory tours there, guys. From the first time you walk in the door there in Park Falls, Wisconsin, you have to walk through the St. Croix factory rod store. This is a fully functioning rod, tackle, live bait store that you walk into, and you can and there's even windows in the back of the store where you can kind of get glimpses of the factory workers, that are responsible for this. But man, to see and meet the people that are responsible for these rods, and I don't mean, and a lot of you guys see from the outside looking in, you see the great work that people like Stephen Karnacki, who runs all of our media, social media. He does their videoing, photography. That's a lot of what you see. You see us as professionals explaining these rods, but to really understand how special the people are that are really behind this rod, behind all of these rods. And I mean it, and I don't mean, from the people you see as far as us, it's the factory workers. When you go through there and you see and you talk to the 150 or 70 employees that they have in their factory that are building these rods, you see their sense of ownership, their sense of pride in making these rods. Even in the parking lot, guys, something as simple as walking around, there's cars everywhere in the parking lot, and it's hard to find a car that doesn't have a St. Croix sticker on the back of it. That's not mandatory. That just goes to show you how awesome these people are and how much that company means to not just them personally, but to the city or town of St. Croix. Guys, this is a small town. This is like population of 2,000 people, and St. Croix employs the largest majority of people in this town. And it's not just the people in the factory. They also have people that work from home. They're called home winders. All of these blanks are put together, and there are people that live around the community that come pick up the blanks, they take them home, they wind all the guides and stuff on these rods, and they bring them back to the factory where they're carefully inspected, and then they go on to the next process. But it's hard to understand how important that factory is to that community. And it's easy to understand it if you ever get a chance to go in that factory, do a tour, and meet everybody that's responsible, from the people that are sweeping the floors to the people everybody that you don't see. Like I said, Stephen Karnacki that does all their media. If you get to meet somebody like Gavin, who is a young, very brilliant young mind there, who he's one of the top engineers there at St. Croix, and to Ryan Teach, who's more into the training side and the development of these rods, and Jesse Simpkins, the director, the director of marketing there, and seeing these guys all come together and to put their passion into every single rod. From these rods that you see come out, just like the ones that I love, that Legend Extreme, to see them, guys, these are things that are put into the makings and plannings years before they come out. And when I was there this past week, we spent a lot of time on the water. We spent a lot of time in meeting rooms and really just brainstorming over the namings of these rods and what's going to make them special and what makes them so unique and different, and what really the angler wants to see out of these rods. But to see all these guys come together and start, like I said, years in advance. And I was able last week, they have been working on a rod that, several prototypes we put into use. And I can't say anything just yet about it, but you would think they have so many lines of rods. So what can they come out next? Why is a new line of rod important to us as anglers and the industry? And this new rod that's coming out is, my gosh, guys, this may be their biggest hit. I would say that new Legend Extreme, y'all know that I love, but you're gonna get a lot of the feel that you will in a Legend Extreme, and it's something that's a little more affordable for you guys. And a lot of changes. You're gonna see some different things in a new rod, and not just this one, that's gonna be coming out next year, but they're planning already out into 2025, the new rod. They know in the next 4 years what rods they're going to either release or improve upon every year. And they rely totally on us, and you guys as anglers to say, hey, this is what I want in a rod. So how can we make it better? But it's just infectious, to see the dedication that these guys have to bringing out the absolute best rod possible for us to make us better as anglers. And if you ever get a chance to go up to Park Falls, Wisconsin, guys, put it on your bucket list. I know with the whole COVID-19 right now, I don't think they're doing factory tours as we speak, but that's going to be starting back up really soon. But Park Falls, Wisconsin, guys, if you ever get a chance to go up there, I go up there, and I've been up there a couple of years in a row just to spend time with these guys, and really it's quite just comforting and really cool to go up there and see the minds that are behind this. It's a family, and there's no, even in the main office, there's no one guy who just, hey, this is your job and that's all we do. Hey, this is your job and that's all that you do. It's everybody coming together when these new rod lines are coming out, or they're wanting to improve on something. Is everybody gets together in a round table and they all give their opinions and their feels, and everybody just works so well together. It's just incredible to see, and it's incredible to be a part of that family and to be able to share some of the things that are put, they're able to share their heart and soul with everybody else, to make us better as anglers, to put everything out there that we want and that we've been asking for as not just professional anglers. And it's not just me they call, and that's not just me that they run these rods by. It's high school anglers, it's collegiate anglers, it's just a weekend warrior down the street. It's, somebody who guide fishes, somebody who just fishes a few times a year. They listen to everybody, and that's why there's so much love and dedication that goes into these rods. And it's not, and it's especially when you go through these factories, their factory there, and you see, really what perfection is. It's not just perfection in the rod that they build, but it's the consistency and what's put into it to ensure that consistency is there from front to back. From the people that think of the rod all the way to the factory workers that put these rods together. So, and guys, like I said, you can, there are a lot of different rod companies out there, and a lot of different rod companies can say, hey, we make the best rod because of this, because we make the best rod because of this. There's a lot of companies out there, guys, that make a good rod. St. Croix, of course, makes a really good rod, but if you ever want to check it out and see exactly why that company has been around for so long and they are so successful, it's because of the people that are there putting everything that they have into the rods that we fish with on a daily basis. So, I had to put this out there, guys, and hopefully you guys will kind of feel and see what I'm seeing here. and see what actually goes into these rods. And there's so much more to come from St. Croix coming up in the very near future. Working on a new line right now. I had the privilege to test some prototypes this last week. That gosh, I'm super excited about, not just for me, but for you guys as well. So if you ever have any questions about any St. Croix rod, guys, you guys all know that you can reach out to me, ask a question. I will help any way that I possibly can. But that experience is second to none. And if you guys ever get a chance to go up there, you have to see what I'm talking about. And I can promise you, you won't be disappointed. But guys, if you have any questions, shoot me a message. Any questions about factory tours and you just want to go up there, shoot me a question. Shoot St. Croix a question on social media. They will absolutely get back to you and help you along that way. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following, and and I hope there's going to be some more trips in the near future, and I know there will be, and I hope every liner rod that comes out in St. Croix, you guys can get to be a part of that. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Tight lines, and I hope you can feel that St. Croix rod experience the same way that I did. Later, guys. Peace out.